Well, I think obviously he's a well-deserving player. A lot of reasons. I think everybody who knows him here knows he plays lots of minutes. He also always plays against other teams' top lines. He's utilized as a shutdown D against the best players of other teams. You look at his stats at the end of the year, I think he's a plus 30 something, I think plus 33. That speaks for itself, and double-digit in goals, and certainly offensively he's contributed well. So if you're talking about Norris and talking about the defenseman who brings a lot, he's certainly one of them. And I don't think there's too many players in this league that will raise their hand and say they really enjoy playing against them.
Claude back down at the Bruins blog. It seems like every night, other series, there's a controversial hit that people want suspensions for. They don't want to get the guy not suspended, and yet the two arch rivals, the Bruins and the Canadiens, have avoided that in the series after the regular season. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think both teams realize that discipline is a big factor in this series. And when you look at last game, I think, again, both teams had 30-plus hits. And it's not like it's not a hitting series, but it's not a dirty one. And I think there's a lot of hate, probably, between the two teams, but there's also a lot of respect. And we know that we respect their offense and their power play, and we certainly don't want to give them that advantage. And I think they respect the fact that if they get into a physical situation with us, they're probably not going to win that one.
Kevin Dupont, Boston Globe. A lot of times rookies, I'm thinking of Marchand here, have trouble getting to their real game. And obviously now he's at his real game. But would you say among rookies you've watched, he got there faster? Did he need more prodding? What was his curve?
Well, I think his makeup, Kevin, really helps. And what I mean about his makeup, he's a kid with lots of confidence. And we talked about that in a joking way just a while ago about him telling us last year he's going to score 20. Well, that's a guy who believes in himself and has a lot of confidence. And he's gone into the playoffs, and somehow he hasn't taken the approach that I'm a rookie, I lack experience in here, I'm just going to go out there and keep playing my game and proving to people that I can play at this level no matter what the circumstances are.
Coach, obviously you don't want to win with your first opportunity anyway, but what you've gone through with the double overtime the game before that, and the fact that Game 7 would be less than 24 hours less, that put even stress even more importance in trying to take care of business in this game, knowing that what the series is taking out of you and the lack of rest time in between.
Yeah, I guess as a team right now, we're not thinking about Game 7, we're thinking about Game 6. And that's what should be on our mind, that's what's on our mind, and obviously we realize how important it is to come and play probably our best game in the series. And that's basically where our focus is right now. And just to talk about something else right now is, I don't think, the right approach. It's also a waste of energy and time. We've got to focus on the moment. And you hear a lot of coaches and you hear a lot of players and people talking about the moment. And that's what we've got to focus on, is the moment. And the moment is tomorrow, us being ready to play Game 6.
Well, Mike Hoffman's Patriot Ledger. On that same theme, we always hear in an elimination game, about how desperate the team is going to be to stay alive, and they'll do everything, and your team would have to be ready to weather a storm. But I mean, does it, can you guys, match that too, and say like, we can go out and take this game, from the start too, rather than just, we got to watch out for those first 5-10 and what the other club does to us.
Well, I think that's been something we've had to really adjust to in this series, is about making sure we don't give them an early lead. But, when they're in that situation, I think they are playing out of desperation. They're fighting for their lives. We've got to play that game with determination, and that's the difference. Us, it's about determination. Them, it's about desperation. And you got to hope that the determination is better than their desperation. Simple as that.
Kevin Dupont again, Boston Globe. Looking at Ryder's game, he's moving his feet, he jumps to holes. You can almost see that he has a stick ready all the time. So I guess the question here is why? Why did we not see it so often over the course of 82? And does it just sink in? Did somebody say something to him, or does he just wake up?
Well, these are questions somehow that end up coming my way. And those are actually questions that he should be answering. I think that's the one thing is that, a player is obviously responsible for how well he plays and how much he shows up. And I guess as a coach, your responsibility is to try and get him going. And I can tell you that we've tried that and tried to make sure that he's ready to go. And I think he's responded well in the playoffs right now. And we seem to be asking the question, why and how come. And right now, my only answer to you is I'm glad he's playing well right now. That's as simple as that. We got him going right now, and I don't think it's time to keep banging on him about what he hasn't done in the past, and to keep doing what you're doing right now. That's the important thing. And it goes back to what we talked about. It's about living in the moment.
Hello, Dan Roach from WBZ TV. How much did Game 3 and 4 do you think helped you guys get ready for what you're going to see tomorrow night as far as what the Canadiens will come out with and bring with that desperation?
Well, we know what the crowd is like. We know how good they are at home. We know how they come out with a lot of jump, and we understand that whole situation. And I think we've done a pretty good job of handling it. Like you said, Game 3 and 4 is going to be even more important again to understand that and be ready for it. And as I mentioned earlier, it goes back again to what I said. Our determination has got to be there because they're going to come out with some desperation. They're going to come out hard, and we have to be ready for that. And we got to be ready to push back.
We'll take two more in English if there are two more.
Claude, I can tell from your answers all week that you do watch the other series, the other games, and I'm just wondering, when you look at what Vancouver's going through, do you kind of have some sympathy for what they're going through, or what's your feelings?
Boy, that's a real tough question, right? Sympathy. I think I understand what they're going through, and we live through it, and you watch those games and you see how another team can grab momentum pretty quick and confidence and the belief, and it's there again this year, and there's an opportunity again to create what happened last year to our team for another team, and whether that's the trend that is going that way now, I don't know, but it certainly shows that there's parity in this league and nothing is over till it's over.
Last question in English?
Not the answer you wanted, though, I meant.
That's good.
It seemed last game on the power play I saw Z down lower, a little more inclined to sink lower. Is that one of the messages you're sending here to try to get this going?
Well, Kevin, the one thing I could tell you about the power play right now is it's really about our guys are so tense right now, and they understand, they know just as much as you guys know, and we know as coaches that our power play has not been up to par this year, and we certainly, I think the longer it goes, the tougher it gets. And somehow, and I've said it before, we got to overcome that. We got to somehow, do the simple things, have the confidence to do it. And when you see your best players having trouble executing, it's pretty clear what's going on. And our job right now has really been to try and get them to relax and play with confidence, and understanding that you got to play with confidence, but you also have to outwork the PK. And somehow we got to create that situation, and we are desperately working on that and trying to rectify it because we know it's a major issue that we have to overcome.